In the Afar region of Ethiopia, a volcano woke up. Known for its extreme heat and arid conditions, this area is where the Earth's crust is thin and fragile. The Afar region is a geological wonder, where the barren desert meets the fiery heart of the planet. Dormant for centuries, the Dabbahu volcano was a silent giant. Its last known eruption was almost forgotten. But nature has a way of reminding us of its power. Unlike famous Mount Vesuvius, which buried Pompeii, Dabbahu was relatively unknown, but it was about to make headlines. The ruins of Pompeii stand as a testament to Vesuvius's might, frozen in time. And it wasn't Mount St. Helens, which erupted in 1980, reshaping the landscape dramatically. This was Dabbahu, in the remote Afar region. In 2005 it erupted, shooting ash and lava into the sky. The eruption was a spectacular display of nature's raw power. The ash cloud rose high and lava fountains illuminated the night sky. It wasn't the biggest eruption, but it got scientists talking. Researchers turned their attention to Dabbahu. The eruption signaled something bigger underground. The Earth's crust was shifting, creating fissures. The Afar region sits at the junction of three tectonic plates, making it geologically active. The Afar region is hot and dry, mostly deserts and volcanoes, providing a unique window into the Earth's inner workings. The Dabbahu eruption reminded us that this area is geologically active. The Earth is restless here, always moving and changing. The 2005 eruption gave us a front-row seat to this amazing process, reminding us that our planet is constantly evolving. Before the eruption there were clues. These clues were subtle, often going unnoticed by the untrained eye. The Earth doesn't always give us big, obvious warnings. Sometimes it's more subtle. The ground might tremble just a little, or the soil might shift ever so slightly. In the years and months before Dabbahu erupted, the ground in the Afar region was restless. This restlessness was a sign, a precursor to the dramatic events that were about to unfold. People living there felt small earthquakes, little shakes in the earth. These tremors were frequent, a constant reminder that something was brewing beneath their feet. These shakes weren't strong enough to cause lots of damage, but they happened often enough that people noticed. The frequency of these tremors was unusual, and it made the residents uneasy. Imagine the ground under your feet shaking a little bit many times a day. Scientists noticed something too. They began to study these tremors more closely, looking for patterns and signs. Using satellites, they saw the ground changing shape. The data revealed that the Earth's surface was deforming, a clear indication that something significant was happening underground. It was like a slow-motion bubble forming in the Earth, right around Dabbahu. This swelling was caused by magma moving beneath the surface, pushing the ground upwards. The land was being pushed and pulled by powerful forces underground. These tectonic forces were immense, capable of reshaping the landscape. These forces were so strong they were changing the Earth's surface. The ground was cracking and shifting, creating new formations and altering the terrain. These little earthquakes and the ground changing shape, they were all clues that pointed to the incredible geological activity happening beneath the surface. They hinted at the amazing forces working underground, forces that would soon create a dramatic show, the birth of a rift, a giant crack in the Earth. This rift was a testament to the dynamic and ever-changing nature of our planet. The 2005 eruption wasn't the end of the story. It was just the beginning. After the eruption, something even bigger happened. A giant crack, called a fissure, opened up in the ground. It stretched for miles, like a scar across the desert. Imagine a crack in the ground as long as 10 football fields. That's how big the Dabbahu Fissure is. This crack wasn't caused by the eruption itself. It was caused by the same forces that had been pushing and pulling on the Earth's crust for millions of years. The eruption was like letting air out of a balloon, allowing these forces to finally break through to the surface. The Dabbahu Fissure is a powerful reminder that the Earth's continents are not still. They are always moving, very slowly. The fissure shows us how continents can break apart, creating new oceans. To understand the Dabbahu Fissure, we need to look at the bigger picture of our planet. Our Earth is a dynamic and ever-changing entity, constantly reshaping itself through various geological processes. One of the most fascinating aspects of this is the movement of the Earth's outer shell, known as the crust. The Earth's crust is divided into several large and small pieces, much like a cracked eggshell. These pieces are known as tectonic plates, and they float on the semi-fluid layer beneath them called the mantle. These plates vary in size and shape, covering the entire surface of the Earth. Major plates include the Pacific Plate, the North American Plate, and the African Plate. These plates fit together like puzzle pieces but are in constant motion, driven by forces deep within the Earth. This movement is slow but has a profound impact over millions of years. They are always moving, bumping into each other, pulling apart or sliding past each other. These interactions can cause earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and the formation of mountain ranges. The Afar region sits on top of a place where three tectonic plates are pulling away from each other. This unique geological setting makes the Afar Triangle one of the most geologically active areas on Earth. This area is called the Afar Triangle. It is located in the Horn of Africa, where the African plate, the Arabian plate, and the Somali plate meet. Imagine three giant conveyor belts moving slowly. Each belt represents a tectonic plate, and as they move, they create gaps and overlaps. This is similar to what happens in the Afar Triangle. The movement of these plates creates rifts and fissures in the Earth's crust, leading to volcanic activity and the formation of new geological features. As these plates move apart, they create space for new crust to form. This process is known as seafloor spreading, responsible for the creation of new oceanic crust at mid-ocean ridges. This new crust is thinner and hotter than the old crust. It is formed from molten rock that rises from the mantle, cools, and solidifies. The constant movement of the tectonic plates and the formation of new crust create ideal conditions for volcanic activity. The region is home to some of the most active volcanoes in the world. This process of plates moving apart is called rifting. Rifting can lead to the formation of rift valleys, which are large depressions in the Earth's surface. The rifting process in the Afar Triangle is gradually pulling the African continent apart, creating new geological features and reshaping the landscape. Millions of years from now, the Afar Triangle could be underwater, forming a brand new ocean, separating the Horn of Africa from the rest of the continent.